Washington High School may look about the same.
Yes, I'm a West Sider. I graduated from Washington High School.
But Assistant Principal Arnaz Lee says a lot has changed.
Washington was different when I was here, and South Bend Community School Corporation was different. We weren't as urban as we are now.
What she knew back then, she now tries to pass on to students here.
This is a dress rehearsal. We are trying to prepare you for what is outside of these walls in 4 years.
But Lee says that message is hard to pass on to kids who don't show up. During the past school year, 54.2% of students at Washington High School were considered chronically absent. That means more than half of the students in South Bend's smallest high school were absent for a big chunk of the school year. Washington is one of just about 78 other schools in Indiana where more than 50% of students were chronically absent last year.
I'm really a proponent for education, so they're missing out on their education.
But Lee and other school leaders say the first step to getting them to school is understanding why they're absent.
It really does take a village, that is true. And when you're dealing with low socioeconomic status families, it's what we deal with.
What she means is, here at Washington, poverty plays a big role in the reason students aren't showing up to school regularly. According to the nonprofit Attendance Works, children living in poverty are 2 to 3 times more likely to be chronically absent. At Washington, 85% of families live at or below the poverty line.
Poverty is different than I can't afford that phone, that car, those shoes. Poverty really is where am I going to sleep tonight? Why is the electricity not on in my house? What am I going to eat?
In Indiana and Michigan, a family's socioeconomic status makes a difference. Hoosier students who qualify for free and reduced price meals are chronically absent at nearly double the rate of those who don't qualify. And in Michigan, economically disadvantaged students are 2.5 times more likely to be chronically absent compared to those who are not.
It's not the fact that they are unwilling and not wanting to come to school for the most part. It's that there are other responsibilities that happen in their households and in their families that make that more of a priority of survival and then school.
And Washington High School's principal says in some cases, students don't have access to clothes, shoes, or food, or they're taking care of younger siblings, working 2 jobs, or they're out of the country visiting family. He says it's a misconception that chronically absent students or their parents don't care or don't want to go to school.
There's a human element of survival, there's a human element of childcare, there's a human element of living and making a life.
And he says there's a human element to identifying those students and connecting them to resources so they can continue their education.
I think we work with them and we try to provide opportunities in the school so that they feel safe. They know that this is a place away from home and that it is important to be here and that they are supported.
And what that looks like is different for every student. It could be calling families or knocking on doors. There's a huge effort to build up community partnerships that connect students with programs and resources. It also includes building up extracurricular groups like scholars programs or athletics.
It's us working with our community to ensure that we can educate and keep our kids safe.
And school leaders at Washington say it might also mean helping students transfer out of the traditional school setting and into something else that works better for them. Because even though Lee is a big advocate for Washington, she's even more passionate about the value of education.
And education is the key to success.
Thanks for watching. Here's another story you may like. And subscribe to the WSBT 22 YouTube channel.